one time English, one time Tibet, starting on page 1 of the prayer book. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness, may they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will swiftly establish them on the state of the most perfect and precious Buddhahood. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. All sentient beings, limitless as the sky, take refuge in the glorious kind Lama Vajradhara, the embodiment of the body, speech, mind qualities and activities of the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the 3 times, source of the 84,000 categories of the teachings and Lord of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yidams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Namke Tadan Yampe Samchen Damche Chochu Du Sumji Deishin Chekpa Tam Cheki Kuzun Do Yongten Trinle Tam Cheki Ngowar Juba Chuji Pumpo Tongdra Gyaju Sashe June Barbe Gendun Tam Cheki Ngadak Rinchen Tawa Dan Jubar Jebe Padan Lama Damba Namla Japsu Chi Oi Yadan Gilgor Gilazor Ma Gyatsu Chi O Song Je Jongden De Namla Gyatsu Chi O Dambe Jun Namla Gyatsu Chi O Pagbe Gendun Namla Gyatsu Chi O Pawor Kandro Chukyon Zome So Ye Ye Chandan Dempa Namla Gyatsu Chi O. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. Jangju Ningpo Chiki Bar Sanje Namla Kyapsu Ji Judang Jangju Zempa Yi Soilang Deishin Kyapsu Ji Jidar Nongi Deishe Ki Jangju Tukmi Ki Padang Jangju Sempe Lapa La De Dar Grenchen Ne Padar Dejen Drola Pendon De Jangju Sene Jejen Dejen Duni Lapa La Rimba Shendu Lapa In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Sangye Chudan Sogi Jognam Lai Jangju Bardu Dagni Kyabsu Chi Dagi Jinzoi Kibe Sonam Ki Drola Benchir Sangye Drupar Shu. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Namka Dan Yampe Samjen Damje Dewa Dan Dewe Gyudan Dempar Gyurje Dunga Dan Dunga Gi Gyudan Drawa Gyurje Dunga Mebe Dewa Dan Mitra War Gyurje Nering Jagdan Nidan Drawe Dan Nomla Nebar Gyurje. Refuge of all sentient beings without exception, divine subjugator of terrifying Mars together with their hosts of demons, the one who understands all realities without exception exactly as they are, transcendent conqueror together with your disciples, please come here to this place. Bendra Samaja, Bendra Samaja, Bendra Samaja, Malu Semje Kungi Konjurje, Dude Ponje Mize Jonze Han, Nona Malu Jishen Kenjurbe, Jomden Korje Nede Sheksu Argan Padem Bube Dube Aloy Gende Nede Shada Prati Chaso. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and moon. As a Buddha field, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Zashi Buju Jushin Meito Tron Ri Ra Ling Jing Ni De Gyambadi Zongje Jing La Mikde Buwai Jogun Namdai Jing Du Chubar Shu Jagsa Wadon Chujing Jakpadon Jesu Yirang Gujin Zowaye Gewa Jungze Dagi Jizak Tangje Zogbe Changju Chirmo. Page 11. Namo. To the Lama of utterly pure appearance and appearance, I offer the fundamental ground of appearance and existence. I supplicate you to thoroughly liberate the three realms. Please grant your blessings and overturn the depths of samsara. Sublime Master, wish-fulfilling jewel, crown ornament, the inconceivable, inexpressible mind of the victorious ones, the one endowed with the five wisdoms of omniscience, gracious one, the embodiment of love, precious protector of beings, I supplicate you from within the essence of mind. Please grant your blessings from within the innate nature. Please bless me that I may realize the Dharmakaya that is beyond intellect, this primordially unborn, completely pure mind. Transcendent conqueror, the one thus gone, foe destroyer of afflictive emotions, completely perfected Buddha, endowed with logic and virtue, the one gone to bliss, knower of the world, captain, tamer of beings, the unexcelled teachers of gods and men, I respectfully prostrate, completely touching my head to the stainless feet of the unequaled Shakya king. At the time of your birth, leader of two-legged beings, taking 7 steps on this great earth, you proclaimed, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise even then, I prostrate. Possessing a body of complete purity, your sublime form is excellent. An ocean of primordial wisdom, you are like a golden mountain. The one whose renown is evident throughout the three worlds, protector of supreme attainment, to you I prostrate. To you who are endowed with the supreme marks, whose face is like an immaculate moon, to you, the one with a complexion like gold, I prostrate. A flawless one such as you among the 3 levels of existence is most exquisite. Unparalleled omniscient one, to you I prostrate. Supreme among humans, captain of those to be tamed, the one thus gone who severs the all-binding fetters, who with senses pacified is utterly pacified and skilled in peace. To that one, the one who dwelled at Shravasti, I prostrate. Refuge endowed with great compassion, totally omniscient one who indicates the way, ground basis for oceans of merit and qualities, I prostrate to the one thus gone. The pure cause free from attachments, the virtue that liberates from the lower realms, the altogether supreme ultimate truth, to the pacifying Dharma I prostrate. Having been liberated, they also reveal the path to liberation, thoroughly respectful of the 3 higher trainings. They are a field of sublime qualities. To the Sangha, I also prostrate. And then back to page 9. Namo Nangsi Namdagi Lama La Nangsi Shirshan Su Chupabu Ngamsun Dromyo Suwade Korwa Dongtru Se Chenjelo Yeishen Norbu Sugi Gen Masan Jome Gelweto Kienpe Yesheng Adong Den Sue Dagni Kadrin Chen Drowa Kyobze Rinpoche Daksenye Ge Nangne Sowade Chunye Ge Nangde Jinjelo Zendone Keme Namdage Lode Chugur Topar Jinjelo Shekpa, Drachompa, Yangdakpa, Zogbe, Songje, Rikpa, Dang Chatsu, Dempa, Dewa, Shekpa, Jiten, Tienpa, Kebu, Duwa, Galo, Jua, Lana, Meba, Hadang, Me, Namge, Tomba, Nyame, Shai, Gelpo, Jatke, Du, Drima, Mebala, Gowo, Rabdu, Tukde, Gube, Jaksa, Loi, Gongse, Kongi, Sowo, Kyutang, Se, Sachen, Dila, Gompa, Dunwo, Ne, Ngani, Jikten, Dina, Chokchen, Zong, Ditse, Kepa, Chila, Jaksa, Lo, Namda, Gunga, Chokdu, Zugzang, Wa, Ye, Gyazo, Zergi, Lumpo, Drakpa, Jikten, Zuna, Honge, Wa, Gompo, Junye, Chila, Jaksa, Lord, Zenjo, Dempa, Jime, Daweja, Zerdo, Drawa, Chila, Jaksa, Lord, Dudra, Chudra, Jiba, Zunanze, Nyame, Jen, Jula, Jaksa, Lord, Mejo, Dua, Kalo, Jurze, Jen, Gunjo, Jingwa, Judze, Dejen, Je, Wangbo, Jiyan, Yeje, Jila, Ke, Nyo, Jukpa, De La, Jaksa, Lord, Gombo, Tukje, Jedemba, Antam Je, Gemba, Domba, Bo, Zonan, Yonden, Gyazoji, Dejen, Jegla, Jaksa, Lord, Dagbe, Dujak, Trawe, Yewing and Dong Le Drojen, Jigdu Don Dan Jojur Bai, Jijur Chula Jaksa Lo, Node Dore Lam Yang Ton, Alapa Dagla Ratu Gu, Shingi Damba Yonten Jin, Gendu Layan Jaksa. Page 15. I prostrate to the youthful Manjushri, to those in the worlds of the 10 directions, however many there are, all the lions among humans who appear during the 3 times. To all of them without exception, I pay homage with respectful body, speech, and mind. The force of my aspiration prayer for excellent conduct brings all the victorious ones directly to mind. Bowing down with bodies as numerous as atoms in the realms, I prostrate to all the victorious ones. In a single atom there are Buddhas as numerous as atoms, each residing in the midst of their sons and daughters. Like that, I imagine the whole Dhammadhatu completely filled with victorious ones. To those with oceans of inexhaustible praiseworthy qualities, with sounds containing oceans of tones and melodic speech, I express the qualities of all the victorious ones. I praise all the Sagatas. With the finest flowers, the finest garlands, music, ointment, supreme parasols, supreme lamps, and the finest incense, I make offerings to the victorious ones. With the finest cloths, supreme scents, and fine powders equal to Mount Meru, all displayed in supreme and magnificent ways, I make offerings to those victorious ones. With vast and unsurpassable offerings, I venerate all the victorious ones. Through the power of faith and excellent conduct, I prostrate and offer to the victorious ones. Whatever negative actions I have performed with body, speech, and also mind, overpowered by desire, aggression, and stupidity, I confess each and every one of them. I rejoice in everyone's merit, the victorious ones of the 10 directions, the bodhisattvas, the Buddhas, those in training, those beyond training, and all beings. I request the protectors, the lamps of the worlds of the 10 directions, who passing through the stages of awakening, attain Buddhahood beyond attachment, to turn the unsurpassable Dharma wheel. I supplicate with my palms joined together those who intend to demonstrate nirvana, to remain for kalpas as numerous as atoms in the realms, for the welfare and happiness of all beings. I dedicate whatever slight virtues accumulated through prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, and supplicating to enlightenment.
Page 16.
Page 16. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma, of the two vehicles and their combination, according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings. Samchen Namki Sampadan Loyi Chedra Jitawa Chechun Tumon Tikbayi Drogyum Namna Kordu So
Good morning. So yeah, now I see two groups in teaching. So yeah. So we are Dharma practice. The reason, so there's Dharma practice or study and practice Dharma. So there's many, different teachings and different practice. So the reason is, so we have individual, like different mind or different, set. So some we said, okay, we overpowered by anger, we just try to let go anger. So that's not easy. So there's many different ways to or reduce anger or whatever affect emotions. So there is like many different methods, So of course, so we can say, oh, you stop anger. So that looks like simple way, but if you practical level, it's not easy, you know. So then whatever we can, reduce anger. So many ways. So sometimes if you let go of the anger, and then you try to meditate, right? So you try to meditate, maybe not work, Okay, then you're thinking, oh, I like reciting mantra, or maybe work, or maybe not work. So the many ways. So I said, okay, then, so yes, maybe there's, you can, if you try to let go of the anger or whatever issue, is first have to thinking about we don't want to the anger, or I don't want to the affect emotions, because of the all the afflict emotions, if we have, then it causes difficulties, and temporarily and the long run. So that's why we just really focus, okay, I want to reduce afflict emotions, or I just completely let go of the afflict emotions. So there are many ways. So even the first maybe will not work, maybe you many try, maybe second time not work, keep going, so third time maybe keep going. So that's why we have a lot of different the methods, different dharma. Okay, so that's why reason is many practice. So really is the four, just completely, let go of like emotions. But that's not easy. So that's we said like many ways to practice meditation, and not only that. So we have the practice, maintaining the practice, maybe for a day, right? So yes, of course, it's difficult, but if you're maintaining the for a day in the practice, then you can slowly you able to control. So like interesting, this really the beginnings very difficult, but if you're familiar in the practice, the Dharma, and then able to we can use okay, for example, you clean your house, right? So that is your routine, or you're just you do it just completely ordinary job. So, but however, maybe ordinary job, or depending how you motivate to the cleaning. So, like for instance, okay, first your house or maybe your kitchen or your countertop is dirty and not clean, And then you start cleaning, is, oh, I remove these afflict emotions or defilements or negativities or like whatever karma I removing. Like so, for example, maybe your counter or kitchen is not clean, or you keep going working clean, then you clean. So interesting. This lot of like Naroba and the Tiloba, or the 80 the Mahasiddhas. So we call 80 Mahasiddhas. We call 80 Mahasiddhas, but there are hundreds, thousands in the Mahasiddhas. But one time, why they called 80 Mahasiddhas? So one time, just sort of we gathering the Mahasiddhas. So that time, just they get gathering together like 80 Mahasiddhas. Then we can 80, but there is like hundreds, thousands Mahasiddhas in India. So those are like connected to the nature, trees, rocks, water, and the floor. So yes, of course, they're reading the Dharma text, so on, but not only that. Wherever they go, wherever they walk. So, like interesting, so this sometimes the difficult, but also this my experience, like for example, okay, so we yeah, even though like for instance, we sending the wood, wood is very rough, not that nice, but we can working on, and they become really smooth and it looks nice, and then we able to see real wood, like their real qualities. But we just not polish or not sending like piece of wood, like junk, So same way, so this kind of like clean. So this every time, every movement, every time. So this I say clean up. So that is yes, not only your clean up in the kitchen, but I clean up the defilements. So also I have to enjoy, so now I'm able to clean up. So the change is different. So same way, like mind, it's really is the Dharma practice. Yes, we think, oh, Dharma practice, I get something, from our side. But really not. It's you really familiar and again, and then like your defilements able to clean up through practice, through study, through diligent, sincerely, trust, through faith, then like first, this mind is deluded because samsara. So the suffering, difficulties, all afflicted emotions, the real. But we keep going in the practice slowly, and we move that defilements, Because reduce, we not completely, cleaning up, oh, now it's shining, But you working on, keep going, and then maybe one day, the shine Buddha nature, clear. So, so that is take time, but also not easy. But on one hand, we can, one day we can purify the karma. So also this, we think, oh, okay, one thing we can, get this rid of the, afflicted emotions. Not many ways put together, then maybe rid of the afflicted emotions. So that's why I say you can walk and work so through the mindfulness. Okay, so some days, maybe you're walking, but not always difficult, but or I'm going to, purifying my karma, or I'm going to like I get the like peace, or I get the or Buddha nature, or so if that, then so mind is if that moment, okay, doesn't matter your place you're walking to, but your mind is more relaxed, more clear. And also I think this ordinary job, you clean or cooking, or so if you have like motivation, I said, oh, I clean my defilements, or maybe I clean up others, negativities, others' negatives, and then kind of that moment you can bring your peace, happy. So otherwise, always kind of like, I don't know, I say always hurry or busy. And then you can focus. If you don't focus, whatever you do, and then it's kind of like mix the negatives together. If you mix the negatives, then you're not happy, not enjoy. So that, and also, or also we cannot purifying the karma. It's not easy. So really need to diligent, like sincerely you need to focus. Then you get, otherwise, oh, recover practice, yeah, that's good. Even though they say really, really good merit on many women who wants, but not get quickly this lifetime. So I think Dharma practice is really important. And that's why, so really, so sometimes, mind is, the interesting is mind is, the important part, sometimes this mind you don't want, even though sort of we understanding this important, but then mind is all kind of like tied to this hesitation. So interesting, this sometimes like negative things very easy. Go there. So, but like we are first, yeah, I think maybe pushing, through practice. So otherwise, not changing the mind. So also this, everything is change the mind, karma input. So that is we dependent realization not. Is we relatively understand is quickly how really a change or not. If you're really changing Dharma practice, you change the mind. Like changing means you less the afflict emotions, or afflict emotions less stronger. So that's working, So yeah, of course, we understanding, just not completely wrong. But then also this, if the Dharma practice can't we analyze how much I get result, But this, yes, of course, the real or final result, like, okay, next life, whatever, like that. But same time, you analyze how I change my mind. So if you're thinking, if you're sort of meditation, study, practice, but you're not changing enough mind, not change means that less afflictive emotions. Or maybe you're not increasing compassion. So that means maybe not much changing. So if the afflictive emotions less stronger, less power, and then the understanding is others, my love and the compassion, you cares others more. So that means you're working, right? Changing Dharma practice. So, and also, everybody is really this. We want happy, right? Everybody want happy and peace. So, really not come through. Oh, I want happy. I like happy. I want to relax, but that really not come through. Not coming. So interesting. Real happy, the authentic happiness, if completely let go, stop clinging. So then there's the authentic happiness there. Right? Yeah. So interesting, we were really totally happy or relaxed. We wish, but then we activities or we work is like a pushing the peace and happy. Right? So then they just the many different angles, like to maybe sometimes or worry or jealousy, hatred, so on, then we lose the happy and peace. And also, okay, we able to authentic peace, happy, is, I said this, completely let go, stop clinging. In order to do that, so we care others. That's the best method, cares company. So like, who's go first? We check. Whatever think, I and you. Okay. So wherever you go, so I don't know which is a good example.
Maybe driving.
No, this, yeah, okay. We get the food. Okay, somebody else's food. So then your thought is, I want food, or I eat something, or maybe delicious, maybe I got this one. Or you are concerning, or maybe these people, maybe they need food. Maybe that person, maybe they want. So instead of, this I. So interesting, kind of grow up is a little bit maybe different. I think actually coming from I think Buddhism practice, but like Tibetan culture is, I think this Tibetan culture best, but there's one thing is, like tied to I is just kind of like hide. No, I, me.
Yeah.
Yes, there is I, yes, they want, whatever the food. But they really just pushing is you first go. You get this. Like that's kind of like custom is just, so just kind of behind, I is like a bell letter, whatever you say you want to eat, please go first. Or maybe you get this, whatever you want. So that is like, and also this, sometimes they want, but they hide. Didn't say they want, So just no, I don't want, So this is actually not really best example, but so sometimes we, also different education. So here, like thinking, me and I is gonna go first, So that way is, sometimes, yes, if you need work, you need something, yes, then I go first. But the so because we are Dharma practice, we kind of like reduce the subclinging, So maybe I, and then the subclinging is remaining, not reduced. So that's, I think, but also, I say they change the mind means the realization or whatever we called the realization or happy or peace is not coming from outside. So you can get your own, you have. But only we have the obstacles of subclinging and worry or scary and complain. So those are become obstacles. You not get the completely or peace and happy. So also Dharma practice and also practitioners, they have courage, strength, So inner strength, your Dharma practice, and also as for us, you have to okay, No matter your situation is good. But if the situation is difficult, you're not shaking your mind. Stay okay, no matter. So like also ultimately, there's nothing also ultimately we are Dharma practitioners, then there's like, actually you cannot find their problems physically. If mind is enough strength, have power, and then you no need rely outside situations. So you enough strength in the mind or power, and then it doesn't matter. You're always happy. You cannot change from other situation. So also also sometimes the difficulties, problems, right? Really is that these are not outside the problems, but we are creator individually, oh, that's problem, that's good, that's bad, so we, I think, so good and bad. So we are on hand, or we are a creator. So also we have options. We are or enlightened, or maybe not in samsara, or happy, relaxed, peaceful, or the difficulties is the depend our own hand, own choice, basically. Okay, so do you have some questions or comments? Should we talk about diligence?
So you were mentioning diligence in regards to practice, and just to say a couple of mantras here and there, maybe it's beneficial but doesn't lead to change, right? Can you explain a little bit for beginners what diligence might look like, or what to be diligent in practice, what that might entail
24 hours practice. 24
for beginners, right?
So then we can change quickly. So that's the diligent means really have to routine. So another thing is, like, for instance, of course we have ordinary jobs. We have to survive, like busy. Of course we have many things to do. So that's just you cannot give up. So at the same time, also Dharma is very important. So just routine, no matter, and not miss the practice. And also really diligently, you find the time. And also maybe don't lose time, so you can use really the practice if you have time, that time. Sometimes we say, okay, we just we random things, we look, whatever website or whatever, those kind of lot of things. Then let us, oh, I no time, But sometimes no time, but sometimes we can really figure out the time. So like practitioners, so the lot of practitioners, the meditators, they really, time is the understanding is extremely precious. Extremely precious. Do you remember one retreatant? He go outside, there are bushes, so they kind of start clothing. So it must be a cut, they say go outside, the bush. But then he thinking, oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe this take time, this cut the bush. He go in. So this practical level is the time is precious. So if understanding time is precious, and then maybe there is diligent already. Okay, so we need to, okay, we're going to Dhammapada. So maybe you can read. Page is 174.
So if you have the Dharma publishing text for the Dhammapada in the English, it's the chapter on desire on page 175, and we'll read 5 verses on page 175.
Right, so this Tamchi Sinu, Tamchi Rikpata, drawn of Gunla Never, Debami, Gunjan Sabasi, number new, rank Umber Chamber, Lopon Sus.
Read the first verse, or yeah. First verse, verse 20. I have overcome all, I realize all. I am free from defilements in all things. I have abandoned all, extinguished craving. I am free, as I have manifested all knowledge. Who could teach me?
Right. So, right, so here I said before, right? So if you overcome, so you have to okay. If you're not okay, and then yes, you stuck there. But no matter your comes, your strength, I'm okay, you know. It is okay. So that means whatever we subjugate the affect emotions. So next one, choji jimba guni jar, choji rona guni jar, chonab gawa guni jar, sabasibi dungar guni jar.
Verse 21. The gift of the Dharma surpasses all gifts. The taste of the Dharma surpasses all tastes. The joy of the Dharma surpasses all joys. Extinguished desire and all suffering passes.
Right, so this there is the generosity of many different things, the best gift. Also there's 3 different, right? This Choji Jimba, or Sanzing Jimba, or Minje Jabji Jimba. So many difference we giving to others. So Maitreya, so on, and sometimes we try to help the others. The best is to teach the Dharma, is best gift. And also interesting too. So this the test, right? The test, or this the gift test. Test is yes. So we said okay, we can sweet, right? Cheesecake, ice cream. So those looks like sweet, you know. But the different test of Dharma. So interesting, right? So this we okay enjoy and happy. Is they actually really enjoy, or maybe the 100 degrees of the enjoy, or 100 degrees, 100 what is 100 levels, 100 stages. Yeah, degrees, you know. So we said okay, right. So yeah, test. Yeah, so so this so or test. So yes, we call sweet, you know, but that is just temporary. It looks like yes, somebody really want ice cream. You got ice cream first, maybe spoon, yeah, delicious, you know. So probably that's it. You know, if maybe too much, they're not good. But the Dharma, if you really, I think you guys too experience a little bit to Dharma practice, you know, you relax, just calm down. So that is, you feel your test is temporarily there, and they come into long run. You can carry this, maybe meditation 1 hour you can carry like maybe many lifetimes, maybe until they cause enlightenment. So and happy too. You know, I say happy is many different happy. You know, so these really we thinking about even though like this little bit study and practice Dharma, that's unbelievable. We have to joy, you know, because we really want happy. So now we know exactly we're doing. So we know what the cause of happy. And then, yes, of course, through the practice. And then this, yeah, maybe end of the suffering. So end of the cyclic existence. Tene chimin tsowa megibi lodo ngenpa norjisu nola sipe longenam henhi dani gombar chis.
Verse 22, wealth destroys the low-minded, those who do not look to the hereafter. In their desire for wealth, fools destroy themselves, just as they were slain by another.
So if you have some questions, okay, please tell me. So.
And then when you're done, just...
Hi. You know, I think the verse is very clear. However, I've been told in the past that the problem is not the money, but the attachment and grasping we have to money and material things. However, it's very, very difficult as human beings in flesh not to be afraid if we're gonna have a roof, our head for our family, and food on the table. And it's always very challenging to find that balance, that craving doesn't surpass a decent level of concern for us and our family, our well-being, right? So that's always like, what would be the advice on how to keep equanimity and peace despite the circumstances? You know, what is the right practice or the right mindset that keep us grounded, and at the same time we do what we have to do?
All right. So this, what called this? What called this? Another content. That's I forget. So yes. So this difficult, of course. So sometimes we are worried or attached. So too, this human nature, you know, But if you really attach, we are worried. They really make, like for instance, maybe not make one penny, you know. So yes, of course, we are living here. We need family, or yeah, basically it's the money, you know, we need. So what is contentment? Yeah, contentment. What do we have? And yes, of course, we need like maybe work is harder a little bit. But the attachment, naturally, you see, we want, you know. But that is really is that, okay, we have, interesting, right? Really, can't we have this, then like maybe I enjoy, you know. So, or my money, but not really. So then there are obstacles. But if you really is that this, we can look at the mind is kind of like going to like attachment, going to negative side, is the endless. So yeah, of course, we this maybe not enough money, so we could get money. That probably looks good, you know, but no, you another one, and you another one, you another, you know. So just really, sometimes we look at how the rich, you know, person, we think, oh, he's rich, you know, so how like satisfied, oh, it's like billions, trillions dollars, you know. No, they want more than us, the attachment. They maybe try to control whatever, like more kind of grasping, more fixation, more like they want to completely control the world, or maybe they want everything. He want all that this whole entire world's money, you know. So there is no end. So really is that this the Dharma practice too. What is contentment? Yeah, contentment. So right now, whatever you have, happy. So we are thinking of money, they're happy, right? So we want happy. So right now it's happy.
Gratitude for what we have.
Yeah, so that's happy. Okay, maybe next time, maybe next month, not enough, but you can try whatever you make work hard, like a couple hours. That's it. But still no need worried. So if you worry or attachment, nothing bring happy. So because we really, this Buddhism is to really bring to peace and happy. How? So that's the best method. Okay, short time and long run.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can read this next one. Zanam Henki join de. Okay, Docha Jiwon de Jong. Tilin Docha TV Ju. Jimbin TV Chimbonjo. Zanam Henki join de. Hedan Jiwon de Jong. Tili Hedan TV. Jimbin TV Chimbonjo. The two words is last one.
23 and 24. Beings polluted by attachment are like fields blighted by weeds. If you would reap abundant fruit, give to those who are free of attachment. Beings polluted by hatred are like fields blighted by weeds. If you would reap abundant fruit, give to those who are free of hatred.
Right, this is actually pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You understand?
No, I don't really understand this. Maybe the Tibetans clear, but it sounds like most people are they have attachment, then they have confusion. Better to, I don't know.
Okay, so this So, like we are what it calls planting or fruit or planting vegetables, right? So they can grow, but they weed, weed. They kill the plants, cannot grow or covered. We see with the bush. We don't want bush. How much we grow here? So same way. So what is first one is what is the attachment. So interesting thing is, okay, we planting a fruit tree or planting vegetable, they naturally grow. So get fruit or get vegetable. So that's natural. But if there's too much weed, then it's not grow. So same way we have Buddha nature, we are okay, perfect growth. But then if you dilute it, mind, or not this. Okay, we really no need to looking for the peace. We no need looking for the happiness. It's already there. But the weed diluted, it is make like weed. Then you cannot grow the vegetables, So same way, so we cannot find a peace, happy. When have you this? I think same thing. Your attachment and anger. That's true. So.
Anger, attachment, delusion, and creation.
Yeah.
It's more the second sentence that I don't understand.
So
The first one,
this one's helpful.
Okay, you can read that. Yeah.
So they all follow the same pattern, and the English is awkward by giving to those. So the question is, who's the best recipient?
Exactly.
So it says, for example, fields are spoiled by weeds. These folk are spoiled by hatred. So a gift to those without hatred bears great fruit. So who's the best recipient, perhaps, is what they're talking about also.
So I saying this before at the beginning, said, really, we are creator. You can happy, you can get realization, you can. Or we can make miserable, we can create, own creator. So, but we have to have understanding, so those kind of root of the afflictive emotions, so those are powerful, make the difficulties, this life and next life. So the three afflictive emotions.
So, Drupanla, so the question, maybe one of the confusions in this shloka is that who is the recipient of the gift? Gift to yourself or gift to maybe an enlightened being?
Who get?
Yeah, who gets?
The first part of the verse makes sense. Like the weeds grow and it's hard to develop.
Yeah.
The second part of the question is I don't understand who the recipient of the gift of the abundant fruit is.
Yeah, individual who practice. Okay. Individually they get.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So for example, that's very simple.
Okay. The gift.
So so you no anger. What? Okay, so we're thinking, okay, I know anger. Doesn't matter. I'm peaceful. I got it. Right? So I get angry to somebody, then the cut off the piece, just like or whatever they cut off the root, they didn't get whatever the vegetables. So the same thing, like who is ignorant? So who, yeah. That's clear now?
Yeah. English is awkward. English is not good.
Yeah. Okay.
It almost sounds like you're only going to give things to good people. Like only give gifts to good people. Right. The people that are bad and full of hatred, don't give them anything.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but that's not the meaning, right? Yeah, that's what the English says, a little bit. So that means enlightened beings, right?
Right. I think this is just kind of like,
bad
I think like example, okay, you sort of like advice, you can do this, you can do this, no ignorance, and you can get that.
right.
You have ignorance, you kill the whatever you're happy and peace. So yeah, individuals, or I think to others, maybe something, okay, you have anger. So then you have like weed, you can kill this, whatever you are happy. If you don't have the anger, and then you get fruit, so, or get vegetables. So, okay. So another one. So,
Yeah.
Zanam Hengi join the Mumba Jewon Dejon, Tili Mumba, Tewana, Jimbin Devi Chimbonjo. Zanam Hengi join the. Right, okay. So, also another thing is, I think maybe they are confusing too. So, this, also the Milarepa said is, I think this if completely let go of the curving, so these like or maybe the let's go or the attachment. So that is the best, not best. I don't know, no other than the generosity. Right? You understand? Yeah, what called this Mullarepa said, these 6 parameters. So that's maybe like talking about, so we can say, yes, of course, generosity means you can give something. Yes, it is, but mainly is the.
It's
Okay.
like being free of attachment is a supreme generosity.
This is correct. For generosity, there's nothing to do other than stop fixating on self.
Right, so they have these 6 parameters there.
And for morality, there's nothing to do other than stop being dishonest. For patience, there's nothing to do other than not fear what is ultimately true. For effort, there's nothing to do other than practice continuously. For meditative stability, there's nothing to do other than rest in presence. For wisdom, there's nothing to do other than know directly how things are. Yeah, according to Mona.
Okay, so the next one is, I think already read, I think. Yeah, okay, read.
Give to those who are free of delusion. Beings polluted by craving are like fields blighted by weeds. If you would reap abundant fruit, give to those who are free of craving.
Look like same thing?
Yeah, it's all the same. Same, but
Okay, you have read other ones, a little bit different?
it's the same pattern. Fields are spoiled by weeds. These folk are spoiled by desire. So a gift to those without desire bears great fruit. That's the last one.
So then chapter, I don't know, this the monks, bhikkhunis. Make a domba leg body, nave domba leg by nana domba leg body, yen domba leg by. Luke domba leg body, ngake domba leg by, yen domba leg body, tamchi tone domba leg, tamchi dombi, genong, dungegun rab the tor. Okay, so the 2 verses.
Number 1, it is wise to restrain your eyes, to restrain your ears. It is wise to restrain your nose, to restrain your tongue. It is wise to restrain your body, to restrain your speech, to restrain your mind, to restrain yourself in everything. The monk who is always self-restrained is free from all suffering.
So that's understand easy? Right. Okay. So because they coming from the nine virtues, so the five senses, like for instance, attachment, we see something, we see something, then this is right, wrong, or so on. So, okay. Lakpa dom ki kamba yangda dom, nga ne yangda dom ba dom bencho, nang ki dani ga hin nyam yabi, jig bencho ki genong chawan zu.
Number 3, the one who has true self-restraint, who restrains his hands and feet and restrains his speech, the one who has inner joy and balance and is content in solitude, this one is called a monk.
So that is, I think, this morning. So you clean up, you know how to clean up, what are you doing? And so that is really important. So that's you're doing the practice. So like we walk, no pay attention, We're doing something, no pay attention. So, but really through practitioners, what are you doing? The watching, all the time. So we are watching outside other things, like opposite things. But instead, like inside, what are you doing? If you're walking, how to move, So then the benefit is the mind and body working together, and then the balance. We almost never, right? What do you think?
Almost never.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that's the real problem. It's actually really good, maybe the biggest problem, I think. So, and then this biggest problem is the mistakes. So one hand is we thinking, we have eyes, we have hand, we're doing this, But one hand is because the mind is not there. If your mind not there, you cannot see, you cannot hear. So look like blind, So if working together, mind and body, and then this can work. So much harder, but so yeah, also this the Vinaya rule. So this just like you can look down to the like 10 feet, the practitioners. So that 10 feet you can look for. But here, interesting is these days, kind of many different, right? This here is maybe not, people not looking actually, because these days like cell phones and like really close and like for example, I grew up, I looking everywhere, just all the mountains and trees and shapes, just really. Also, we go like town, or I see all the people what they're doing, sort of like kind of. But I don't know. These days is people more like close, right?
That's right. In their own mind.
Even though like we are driving, like you almost attached, but they cannot see. They're not looking like or palm or something like that. Even though like there's, if you look like this, there may be another cars there, merging in or something like. I realize that not many people looking. So that's maybe not good either, Okay.
Rinpoche, it occurs to me sometimes that I don't know what a healthy balance actually is. And my understanding is that the rules of the Vinaya, one of the benefits is that it trains one to be in that balance. You don't look too far, you don't look too close, you learn how to harmonize your body and mind and your thinking by the rules even. So I guess my question is, maybe it would be helpful one time to almost have like a class on what it is to bring your body and mind into harmony in moving and doing things, where to look, so that somebody might have an idea of what balance actually is, because many people don't. You see young people, their mind goes so quickly because of the computers and phones, out of harmony. You don't even know how to walk sometimes. So maybe as simple as this sounds, it might be really beneficial to maybe see if you can demonstrate and help us understand what it means to harmonize body and mind and movement and the pace, speed of it.
No, right.
Sometime.
Yeah, actually, that's really is that this we're still learning, so that's really important. Otherwise, just just mind is like become wired, so this so actually this big issue. So if Ray you said something's too close or too fast, and then this no balance, then the people really how easy to upset, easy to get problems, easy to discourage, easy to fight. So they cannot see the bigger view, So also this, really, I think I think maybe big obstacle is that maybe more technology. I think the good and the very good, but also really like kind of all the intelligent or wisdom kind of bring you push like in the bag, put in the computer,
Right.
So then there is really intelligent, really smart, but then just in the bag you cannot see. So then, right? So sometimes it's really difficult to maybe, I don't know, so the too much, then maybe it looks like no functioning, So but with the really intelligent, the understanding, but the wrong way, and then maybe it looks like no functioning, so.
Zooms, we just use them.
Oh. You said you were asking if you could follow the mind and the body, and I say, would the heart not be included within that also? The three energies, not just two?
Yeah, we can say heart, but interesting at this, really is that this mind. So mind and heart, I think that's similar. So, but it's actually mind or heart, whatever heart is both. So then the body is kind of like working for them, mind. At the same time, is not working together and the problems. So mind, like good team, boss and whatever, student working together really close, you know, then whatever your company or construction construct or doing well. But sometimes you can, workers or bosses fight, no close, and then there's not the complete. So same way. So we really is the demand is like a slow down and through. So this also there is that we call meditation, right? Meditation, we said like mind is sometimes it is like a raw water, you know, bubbling, or maybe like quiet, you know, lake, very smooth. So mind like that, sometimes very rough, you know, too many thinking or worry, and then just very rough. They're not really satisfied, no peace, no happy. So first is like mind have to like calm down, like make smooth. And then through the work and difficult, you know, but same time is like working mind and body together. You walk, you cook. So really is that this we pick up this one, right? Really understanding is I pick up this one or whatever glass. But normally, I think 90% they not. Because you're thinking first, right? Oh, I want to pick up this one. But you moment pick up that kind of mind is not there, 90%. So that's the issue. So have to mind slow down. So this, yes, I want to pick up this one, right? So then we know my hand move, I touch. So also this put down. So first mind thinking I can put down, by mind is not there, I can just fall down here, you know, just like then we cannot see. So we cannot, basically interesting, this mind is powerful. So I first thinking I dare put down, but the mind goes somewhere, even I cannot see the table. Lock. Right? Throw somewhere, you know. So that is we call mindfulness. So I said it before, you know, the mind is concept really wired, you know. So we really need to train. We really need to learning a lot through the meditation, through the practice. So one day I say, you know, just become flexible, you know, mind. So then there is no issues and no problems. So no matter you do, you can find peace, happy, and joy. So we finish the last section. You read it. Khan ye kha ne dom chi ba, nyambar ma hin tipa mi, thong dang chu ne si chi ba, gelong de ne, gelong ti sing nyan yours.
Number 4, a monk is one who restrains his tongue, whose speech is timely and never proud. A monk is one whose words are sweet, who illuminates the Dharma and its aim.
So also, that we speak is very important, communication. All but general speech, so they have to balance. So if no speaking and very difficult to communication, each other. It's hard. But then, if you too much talking, okay, for example, if you enough communication, then the relationship with others, the understanding, so that's the important part. And then, so then they reduce their doubt or conflict and issues. And also too much talk. So then the increasing negatives. So we too much talk, at each other. So because then the start, also this the human nature. So yes, everything's long term, very good talk, Dharma talk, long term, that's good. But the human nature is like, not like that. So like we can talking to other people, they're doing good, bad, they right, wrong, or like mostly pure talking. So this is, I think, balance, talk, and of course you can talk the Dharma. And also, I said before, that's very hard, but first we said the sweet, conversation, sweet talking. So in order to, the sweet talking is first not going to I first, or I want this, I did it, or whatever but maybe little bit understanding is others' wish, others expecting. So more thinking about others. So that way is there easy to communication. But at the same time, so not always, I don't know, not always, maybe not sweet. But this sometimes you have to directly, So we cares. So depending, sometimes, okay, talking nicely, but also this dependent motivation. So motivation really cares others. So it cares others, so sometimes maybe not sweet talk, or maybe not sweet talk, but you have motivations to others. All right, yeah. They do, they said, they actually, this here said this, or temples burning, that's, oh yeah, okay, so no pay attention, and also some doing things, yeah, okay, fine, So that's just not right. You have to do something. So they have to balance.
A little early.
So, right, okay, so we can maybe this words we will try to finish. Chola nation, chola ga, chola jes, semchiba, yalong de ne jetemba, tambi chola, nyaminjo. Ranki niba mekephin, henji niba cha media, henji niba cha waye, yalong tene tingzi to menjo. Niba chungyang yalong ne, daki niba mekevi, yingmi, dalan so waye, teye lana sevarchi, megdang sok ne tamchi tang. Kanki dager meji wa, miba nya, laya nyangemi, tene gelong hecha ju. Gelong chenpa ne chiba, sanje tenpa tangwa ne, du ji nyewar hewa ye, hewe dewe common chores. Okay, so okay. Yeah, this whole thing.
So number 5, the monk who lives by the Dharma, who rejoices in the Dharma, aspires to the Dharma, is mindful of the Dharma, will never fall away from the holy Dharma. A monk should not be vain of his own success or be obsessed with the success of others. The monk who is upset by another's gain will never attain samadhi. A monk who gains a little but does not boast of what he gains, a monk whose life is pure and undisturbed, is praised even by the gods. The one who has no thoughts of eye or mind towards any name or form, who is never unhappy in doing without, such a man is called a monk.
It's the last one.
The monk who lives in loving kindness and clear vision of the Buddha's teachings, whose karmic propensities have been stilled, obtains the highest happiness of peace.
Okay. So I think we need to look up earlier, right, today's next session. Okay. So this one, you have some questions or no?
For everyone on Zoom, we're ending a little bit early today because we have Havajra teachings that are going to resume at 1 p.m. in this room. So thank you.
Okay, so now maybe go short dedication.
Okay, say page 24. By the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Trigungpa Ratnashri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to Claudia for doing interpreting today.
Did you hear voices too, or just me?
Just you.
So you know what's going on today? You know what's going on today? A little crazy. That's why we got no translator. So they got a big event going on.
Oh, really? I got confused with some of the
Yeah,
things.
we got a big event going on in the shrine room because of the guys from Chicago. So our ability to transmit is so good, you know.
Oh,
And I guess the time zone. So there's, as of a few days ago, there was like 200 people already pre-registered to pay.
For that one?
Around the world, yeah, mostly Germans.
What is
Mostly
the closure
Germans.
date? It was for people who had received this particular.
The Havajra.
Right. And it was only given by holiness, there's only a handful of people here, if any.
Right.
But mainly it was for the benefit of the people in Germany who had gotten the empowerment
Oh,
when
wonderful.
Nejun went over to Germany a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
So basically it was to accommodate them.
Well, that's wonderful. We're you guys have been multiplying the Dharma all over the world?
Yep.
Yeah, it was at least 200 people, they said a few days ago.
200
So,
people?
and, well, 200 connections, so we don't know how many people are in the room watching that particular. At least by 2, maybe 3, whatever.
That's awesome.
So that's what's going on. A lot of things around here. So Jupon struggles a little without a translator, especially when he talks philosophy.
It's difficult.
One-on-one,
Your language sometimes is difficult.
one-on-one, he can speak. If you're sitting with him,
Yeah.
but it's just like when he's like us too, when we have an audience, you gotta make sure.
But there's another possibility. You're talking in Tibetan. It's better that he tries in English.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's
but his
frustrating
friends
sometimes
hear
because
him.
he wants to
So
say
they
it
talk to
clearly.
That's
Right.
right. Whenever he has people with him and he's only talking Tibetan,
Right.
then he loses it a little bit. Yeah, he loses a little bit.
Well, this is my friend Martha.
Hello.
Right.
I'm Rafi. I'm Rafi. I'm
Finally,
Raphael.
over
I'm
here.
Raphael.
Oh, finally, nice to meet you. Finally, this is work homework for you. This is Demian. This is Demian. ¿Cómo estás? Mucho gusto.
So on Tuesday and Thursday, you ever call me on Tuesday and Thursday?
Demian Martha.
He does about 15 minutes of chant, and then he does like 15 minutes of silent
They just
meditation.
say, well, I'm working with this clinic.
Yeah, so
And you're not going to know
it's medicine books on Tuesdays, and
So I want
I'll protect her.
for an
I'll
interview.
lineage
She's
protect her.
she's
She's
got
on
too expensive. We
Thursday.
can message.
She's too high.
Meditation.
I
So
couldn't
he
make
does
her.
a little.
No,
He does on
she's a
Tuesday and
wonderful
Thursday.
person.
And then he
Fun
does a
to
little bit
know
Sunday
after a
and
year.
Tuesday.
I would love to
So.
drive.
That's very good.
Finally.
Seven,
I
welcome.
was thinking how
Seven,
can
eight,
it, long time ago, right?
So
So then it's gonna be Tuesday and
Su
protective
esposa
design.
no habla inglés,
Sí.
tenemos a la
A little bit of noise, a little bit of.
y ella habla pero
My marriage, unfortunately, we staying together for 10 years. He doesn't speak Spanish.
Oh, no.
But my kids, they do. And they go to Peru, they love it.
Yeah, I'm learning a little bit.
Having family with the, the Dhammapada, when they go there,
Well, with
they
cars,
start
real people.
speaking Spanish for like 1, 2 days, just very fluent. And they come back here and they start losing it.
Yeah. So they're gonna use this, they're gonna come here, is that what you're saying?
just like
A little bit, a little bit.
see, this is that's
We're wondering why you came here, but I think.
Did you ever keep in touch? Melanie did, right?
Yeah, I can understand it, but I think we should transition a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's, I think that's good. Like,
Maybe send these oldies, you can get a digital copy. We've seen it when
I wouldn't
COVID
go
first
to
came in, people got
She's
it, it
very
was terrible.
picky
Oh,
about
you know,
things.
the
Like, but
audio, the video.
I think that's
Yeah.
And I think it's a good introduction.
If you ever look at ours, it's really clear.
Let's see if you
It
have
it sounds better when you're in here.
Exactly.
So I'm a little deaf, I'm kind of.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Don't
Thank
miss
you.
it. And,
Are you gonna be here
especially
on like
English.
Thursday,
for Hachi.
Brachi? Can you please do me a favor and keep it in your car for,
She does it on Monday. She does. Oh, Monday, it's Saturday. Wow.
Yes.
It's 45 minutes of meditation.
I,
So she'll talk for
told,
20 minutes,
um,
and what she does is she guides
that
you.
my contract is
Just like they do in
signed,
Dhammapada, she guides you.
and,
She talks,
I'm
you know, she does it guide.
she's super nice, the last time.
Oh, okay.
So she was fine.
So I'm trying to work out something. The phone actually had a microphone. And, that's it.
Thank you.
You know, sister wants something. Trying to get it. You know, our phones actually can go to that. Yeah, oh, that's what it's for. It goes right to your hearing aid.
Yeah.
So this thing.
So if your phone rings, it goes right to your hearing aid.
Yeah. So yeah, Mondays,